All right, yes. Welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League debate show. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that, all of that. Got Tobias, got myself, Shaq. Two things we're going to talk about: how Liverpool have been embarrassing in transfer window, and we'll talk about Man United somehow doing a juju on Wolves beating them 1-0. I will go to Liverpool first. How embarrassing are Liverpool Football Club right now? This is the worst transfer window. This is supposed to be the rebuild, the money they're supposed to spend. And they have got this completely wrong. It is absolutely shocking from top to bottom, from the owners to Klopp to the recruitment. It's awful. First, we're going to start off with Lavia. I'll start this with Lavia. Last year, everybody knew Caicedo was up for sale because Arsenal tried to buy Caicedo before Rice. They tried to buy Caicedo in January. I think they bid about 70, 75 million pounds. It was rejected. Liverpool were never in the hat to buy Caicedo. Never saw it in the papers, never saw it on Sky Sports, never ever involved. When people were saying Caicedo should go to Liverpool, it was silent from Liverpool's point. They were not involved. Boom. A year later, I think Chelsea have put the groundwork in from early to sign Caicedo. Liverpool, okay, Saudi Arabia money come from nowhere. They just come from nowhere, started buying everybody, and you get £40 million for Fabinho, who fell off a cliff. So you got to take that. Plus, you got 50.
You got 40 for him.
40 million pounds.
You know what? I just thought you got lightweight for him. I didn't
No,
you got 40 for him.
40 million pounds.
You got the games. That
Bro, I'm telling you, 40 million pounds we got from him. And he fell off a cliff, so he was terrible. So you take it and run. You got 15 for Henderson, who's 33. Somehow you got extra money. So you've won the transfer window in these type of players. Like, you've got way over the odds. I think they would have took 25, 30 for Fabinho. They got 40 and they got 15. You go in, all right, you go in for Lavia. You bid 46, rejected. You bid 40, 42, 45, and 46, or already 48, something like that. It's been rejected. Then you put the ground in working for Lavia and say, oh, we want you. And then literally dash him away. Somehow Caicedo's representatives have sucked Liverpool in and said, yeah, we're interested. Bid. And then their bid's accepted. Then the representatives have gone to Chelsea and go, well, 110 mils, the asking price. Caicedo still wants to go to you. Chelsea like, cheers, Liverpool, you've done all the groundwork for us. They bid, they get the player. And then you have the nerve to go back to Lavia and say, we want you. And then you had to spend 60 million. Well, you could have got it for 50. Nah, this is comedy at its finest. It's a laughing stock. Liverpool are a joke right now. Now you've got no player. And you're crying out for a holding midfield player. You're crying out for a couple of players. And it's gone. They've just took your players under your noses. It is terrible planning. 3-4 years ago, Liverpool were the envy of Europe, how to get players in the recruitment. When Edwards was there, it was no talking. You didn't hear anything. There'd be blam. Liverpool bought a player. Like, raw, where did that come from? Now, our names has been in the mud. You let Chelsea take 2 players. You could have got Lavia for 50. Then you have to bid 60. And then,
Chelsea. I heard you, man. They got getting Lavia now. Is Lavia changing? Going Chelsea?
No, bro. Did you see? Lavia's changed his mind. He wants to go Chelsea. So Chelsea have bid 60 mil. So he's going Chelsea.
I looked at him not too long ago. I heard you bid the 60.
Yeah.
So you saw that you had a bid to 60. Now Lavia said, nah.
Yeah, but what do you expect?
Still.
I'm taking my Liverpool hat off. I'm a Liverpool supporter. Imagine, bro, Liverpool coming for you and say, we want you. You're going to be our first choice DM. We just need to, do you want to come? You say yes. Now you've just got to agree a fee with Chelsea, agree a fee with Brighton. You've bid 3 times, then it's gone cold. And then somehow you see you bid a record transfer fee for Caicedo. Now you're thinking, we play the same position. They want 50. You won't bid 50, but you're spending over 100. Then you can't get him. Then you come back and go, yeah, we want you. He's like, F this. You could duck. I'm going Chelsea as well. I'm getting that big paycheck as well. So he's gone Chelsea. Now Liverpool got no one. And they're talking about this Donny from Brazil. I've never heard him play, never seen him play. He's in that Libertadores Cup. So they're not letting him go because they can win it. So Liverpool, I won't be surprised you won't see nobody else come in this transfer window. It's absolutely embarrassing. We were the envy of Europe, how we used to deal with players and get players in. Now we are scrambling. What's so bad is that, okay, say you didn't know the Saudi Arabia money wasn't going to come in. And then you see Henderson and Fabinho go. Don't you have like a list of players who you were going to buy in the next 12 to 18 months anyway? Because these men are too old. So don't you just bring these players forward? So there was no plan. So it was no plan. You let 2 players go with no plan of players coming in. You're scrambling for players. You were never linked with Caicedo. And then you was going to spend over 110 million pounds, which is crazy, just to get a player in. Madness. I don't know what you think, Tobias, but it's madness.
Problem is, I've got to be careful because I've been in your position. I've seen this happen. We can take it as early as last year with Anthony. They wanted a set price for Anthony, let's say 55. All of a sudden, we take our time about it, gets close to the transfer or get close to the end of the transfer window. Alex is like, well, we want 70s now. We want 70 plus. So I've been there, and that's not the first time. There's more than one example of that happening. So I've been there, but it's been a bad transfer window for you. Although it started quite well.
It started good.
It didn't start good because you got pied for a Bellingham. That was the first crack. The Bellingham pie. Let's not forget about this one because I ain't heard this one for a minute. You know what I mean? We're forgetting like Lavia and Caicedo. And this is what makes the Caicedo and the Lavia thing even worse. We can say that the Caicedo money come because you sold the players that you just mentioned, the Fabinhos and the Hendo. So obviously you got that extra in your kit. But it started well. You got McAllister, minimum fee, whatever it was, 35 mil. Great bit of business. So you buzz in. The Buzz guy, similar, good player. I know you query the players that come over from Germany. That's why you ain't been talking about Sabozlai for a minute. Because you know,
looks all right.
Looks all right. Decent now. He looks sharp, to be fair. When I saw him yesterday. But I think, as we say that there's a lack of strikers, there's also a lack of DMs out there. That's why you got Chelsea paying how much they did for Enzo. That's why you got Caicedo, the Rices. This is why their price is at a premium right now. It looks like you're struggling for DMs. So you're not only struggling for strikers, you're struggling for DMs. Where are these players? Where are they playing?
Tobias. Are there a shortage of DMs? I don't think there is. I think if you do your planning right, there's players out there. Bro, we knew about Tonali for years, bro.
Yeah, but
bro, we knew about Tonali for years.
Upset one. That one was because I said as soon as he come in at Newcastle.
What did we say? What did we say when he signed with it? I said that is a signing.
That is a signing. But even
signing.
Guimaraes. But I just don't get it then if you're looking at them players. But I think when it comes to go back to the transfers, the Lavia one, you got arguing over stupid money, like 4 million and that.
Come on.
Why like you said, the money that you just got, why are you arguing over 4 million? Do you know what I mean? We took look, this is one thing I will give United at the minute. They took the hit on Fred. You got more for Hendo than we did for Fred. So we took a 35 mil plus loss on Fred. It hasn't happened yet, which is scaring me, but we could potentially take a 50 mil hit on Maguire. But the willingness to do it is the only thing that I can respect. But you got arguing over small monies, like 4 million, is madness. That's then, as you said, going for Caicedo, you lot must have had terms agreed with Caicedo. He must have shafted it big time because there's no way you bid that much for a player. Make it public. without that being in place at the minute. Do you know what I mean? So I know there's question marks whether he was or he wasn't. I'm not sure. But I think Caicedo could have done you dirty. That's what it hits. But then going back, cap in hand to Lavia, paying the 60, and then getting paid by Lavia. No, don't do it. You know, like
No, that is funny. No,
that is
it's
mad.
funny. No,
That
that's
is
funny.
mad.
That's
That is
embarrassing. No, but what? But I don't blame Lavia because I would have done the same thing.
Now you're
Taking
fuming.
my Liverpool hat off. You've told me you're my first choice DM. You've just got 40 million pounds for Fabinho, who was terrible. He fell off a cliff. Then to top it off, you got 15 mil for your captain, who was 33, who wasn't going to play next year. So you think to yourself, we've got all this extra money, plus we need a rebuild. Just pay them 50 mil. Listen, football's changed now. You're seeing DMs going for 100 mil. You see goalkeepers going for 70, 80 mil. You've just got to pay it now. It's no value for money. If you think that player's good, if you think his ceiling's that high, why are you not paying 50 mil?
But
If you think it's going to be top draw.
You can look at it another way. You could say that McAllister was worth minimum of 50 mil.
Yeah, 100%.
And you get him for 35.
There you go. You can't have it both ways.
So you can't pick up steals all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? Bargain hunt or something? You got to play some joke thing. And especially when you got teams spending the money that they are willy-nilly. Like, this isn't a joke. So yeah, you like just arguing over 4 mil. This is what happens. So it might be a life lesson to those in charge right now. That, you know, this trying to. I just don't get it though. But Caicedo was never going to work anyway because the pay structure. You can't pay him what you can't pay for him 115 mil, break the British transfer record, and then put him on 200s. That's not going to work, is it? Like, that's definitely not going to work. You're looking at 300 plus. If you're buying a man for that much, he's got to be one of the highest paid players in the club. So that in itself didn't make sense. But you look at now, and it's like, as you say, where do you go?
All right, Tobias. I know you say where do you go. I'm not having it. DMs are out there.
I heard the link with Tchouaméni again now.
But he's not going anywhere. He's playing. Like, this is what needs to happen now. These big clubs need to stop being the middleman. They need to be the middleman and stop being the guy after that. I knew about Paquetá when he was at Lyon. I knew about Guilherme Ramirez when he was at Lyon. I knew about Tonali when he was at AC Milan. I knew about these guys already. So I watched the football. I knew about these guys were bad already. You can't let these teams like Aston Villa, Brighton, buy these players, and then you're spending top dollar. They're already there. You need to go out and go and buy them because these clubs have got money now. Like, the Premier League's too rich. You can't take these clubs for clowns. You've got to get these players before them man get them. You know what's going to happen? I can see Diaby being the other one at Aston Villa. He's going to bat up Aston Villa, and someone's going to spend 80, 90 million pounds on him, where you could have got him for 30 or 40. That's what's going to. I'm telling you, he'll be another one who the top clubs are going to be. They need to stop doing this because there's players out there. You're telling me there's no DMs in France you couldn't get. If you think you was linked with that guy with Decore at Crystal Palace, why don't you go get him? But now you're effed now because all the clubs know you're desperate.